Everybody doing? Welcome back to That Podcast on YouTube. What we got here is, this is Men of Violence. This is a once or twice a year. There's a lot of these because of print on demand. I think it's called Create Space at Amazon. There's a lot of these. A lot of them used to be blogs, probably. They're now zines. You pay about $10 or something. Yeah, about this size. It's shit. I don't have anything handy. Give me a second. I'm gonna go grab a comic book so you get an idea of the size of this. Give me like a second. Hold on. Sorry about that. I didn't prepare for this. I didn't have a comic around. That's unusual. Okay, I just grabbed the first one I could find. This is a UN Force. Excuse me, Gauntlet Comics issue 4. So line this shit up. It's a little bit shorter than a comic, but also a little bit wider. So, close to comic. It would not fit in a comic bag, but easily fit in a magazine bag. That's what I'm going to end up getting for these. Actually, just going to go on the shelf till I get some magazine. It's Men of Violence, though. Dedicated men's adventure paperbacks. Usually like the paperbacks from like the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s. Sometime into the 90s, I think they're still making them. They might still be making them now. Like you had Mac Bolan, the Executioner. You had Remo Williams, the Destroyer. You had TNT is another one I've read up a little bit on. There's piles of these. Was it Biker Cop? Was one. The only one of these I own anything of, and I've flipped through this, it's not mentioned sadly, it's Captain Shark #2. And all I can find is there's 2 books in the series, nobody knows shit about it. Well, on the cover here we go, okay, this is all review special, that's why I picked this up. This is created, like I said, Zine created through Amazon, so I picked it up because it's all reviews. Hundreds of reviews of 60s and 70s paperback fiction, and some 80s and 90s, honestly. We got The Death Merchant, we got The Executioner, that's Mac Bolan, that's what? It's #1 now, War Against Mafia. We got, who is that? Morgan's Rebellion, then we got The Kill Squad, Walter Bond. The action men like spies, vigilantes, tough cops, and femme fatales. Edited by Justin Marriott, I'm guessing. Got a foreword by Paul Bishop, introduction by Justin Marriott. Then we get just a bunch of single book reviews. We have, that's a bunch. Like I say, it's a bunch. And we have some single comic reviews, and we have some, like, book series reviews. I'm going to go through and just point out the few little things that caught my eye, because I flipped through this. I'm not actually really good reproductions on the covers. Yeah. No. Like they took their time on this. I like this. This is something where I'll probably pick up another issue, even though I don't really read these. I know about them. There was a blog I used to read. Oh, what was the name of it? It wasn't just a men's adventure blog, but adventure novel blog, but he wrote about those. A lot wrote about movies, and there was another one that was mostly about these. Atrocity Week. This one sounds badass. Claimed by the author to be based on fact, Atrocity Week documents the final week of a South African safari service, which offers wealthy hunters the opportunity to hunt and kill men. As the simmering tension finally erupts to tear apart the partners run the illegal hunts, the local authorities decide to shut down the operation with a team of covert mercenaries who've been instructed to terminate with extreme prejudice. The author stated that the book was intended to be a non-fiction expose of human safaris in South Africa, but he had to fictionalize it for fear of reprisal. But even then, the secret police of South Africa dispatched several assassins after him in retribution. How much is fact, legend, or bullshit? I don't know. His portrayal of the mindset of the hunters, local geography, military tactics, and gun battles certainly carry a tone of authenticity. So at the very least, McCoy was familiar with the language and customs of mercenaries. Beyond the Flag. I guess I'm going to just pull out the ones. Blood Moon sounded pretty cool. Really cool looking cover. This Brute. Really nice looking cover, sounded pretty good. It's from 61, it's an older one. The Butcher, which I've heard of but never read it. He was like adopted by the mafia. Button Man, it's one of the comics. It's a 2000 AD comic. Never read it, but it's without assassins. I know that. Cannon by Wally Wood. It was published in this magazine. You basically got on base if you're a GI. And it was kind of like comic strips were written for, they know GIs at the very youngest you, well, shit, back then you could probably be 15. And I'll say the youngest you probably could be, by the time I went in, you had to be at least 18 to be overseas. You could do like some stateside shit at 17. I had a buddy that went to his boot camp the summer between his junior and senior year. He went the summer before I did. And he was 17. I almost was 17 when I went. But Cannon. Some titties there, sorry. The Cop Killers. Written by Ice-T. No. Written by Body Count. Not just Ice-T. The Deaf Merchant. These actually sound fairly decent. Of course, you gotta have a volume of the story, and this one sounds badass. This was like a parody of all the other men's novels from there. It's like, okay, I want to track the bad thing is these things are only a couple hundred pages. And to find one that ain't really falling apart, I mean, I don't mind a beat up book, but if it's falling apart and these fall apart kind of easy, I don't want to pay $8. I'm kind of cheap on my books. It's like, I wish a lot of these, and they might be, if you know about it, if these are like available as ebooks, I would pay, $2 to $3 for most of these, up to $5 for some of them to read them as an ebook. I don't mind doing ebooks now. I've got the Doomsday Warrior series. I still want to read this shit. This is a Ryder Stacy. Running 19 books between 1984 and 1991 at Zebra Books. The series is brimming with anti-comedy rhetoric that is so over top it keeps you guessing as to just how serious author Ryder Stacy really was. Ted Roxon is a Doomsday Warrior, a.k.a. the Ultimate American, a.k.a. The Rock, a.k.a. Rock, and the hero of the Star Spangled Series. Born into a U.S. that was ravaged by Soviet nuclear missiles many centuries ago, and is now ruled by a depraved and corrupt Russian government, Roxon is a new breed of mutant whose enhanced physical abilities better equip him to survive the hardy conditions. Apparently, amongst these enhanced physical abilities are both killing Russians and sexing up beautiful female American freedom fighters. 84. Yes, I understand why the series started back then. Oh man, that was 84 Rocky 4. This sounds amazing. There's 19 books, so hopefully they ain't too expensive. There's a cover. Oh man, I gotta get used to this light. I have a new light. Tell me if y'all notice the difference in the light. I got a few options. I'm testing out a couple of different things. I decided to take some money I made recently and invest in a little bit of gear. Next step, better camera. Even though I like this one, The Executioner, which of course, that's Matt Boland. There's never been a film. Marvel did I think it was a black and white magazine-sized comic called The Executioner for quite a while. I think it was Marvel, and then like Innovation did one. It's been long running. The Exterminator, I remember this film. Never actually remember seeing all of it. I remember this cover's guy with the flamethrower. Fargo. They got some Western stuff in here. The First Blood from 71. That is not the First Blood you're thinking of. Force 10 from Navarone. Sequels to The Guns of Navarone, which of course is a movie. Frontline Combat. Oh, what issue is this? Man, I hate that. Number 5, edited by Kurtzman. The War Books. I'm so glad people are realizing how great the War Books were from EC. These were ones where, for some reason, one of them was really cheap in the Cochrane reprints, not the hardcovers. And I got that because it was the cheapest EC and I wanted EC. And it was so damn good. Great stuff. It's almost as good as Blazing Combat from Warren in the 70s. The Ganon trilogy. Not Ganon from Zelda. The Glass House Gang. Trying to find... Oh, there it is. The Guns of the Navarone. Of course. Alistair MacLean is a legend adventure novel. His work, especially his first solo novels, is a standard of all other adventure novels are measured by. A large and uncomfortable fear for every writer in the genre, too. Much of his best work is about the daring exploits of men at war, including his second novel published in 1957, The Guns of Navarone. The Germans have built a nearly imprevious artillery battery on the Greek island of Navarone. The Allies are desperate to destroy the guns because with them in place, the Germans control the sea passage to the small British-held island of Keros, I guess? K-H-E-R-O-S? Where 1,200 Allied soldiers are stranded. In a last-ditch effort, British intelligence tasks a strike force to infiltrate Navarone and destroy the guns before the Royal Navy attempts to rescue the men. I know I've seen it, but it's been a long time. The Gun Runner. Hawker. I've seen these covers. I remember seeing these. Somebody my dad knew read these. I remember being like, every once in a while on the weekends, Dad just want to go visit one of his buddies for him. I'd play with the kids. Their kids are like my age. Most of them are usually older than me. But the dad would have a stack of paperbacks, and I remember seeing those Hawkers. The Hunter. Jaguar Lives, Web of Terror. John Eagle. Expediter. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, man, they made it to 4 volumes. Expediter. Keller to Camp. This is the one that's supposed to be like, If you took Dirty Harry and just took them to the extreme. So those series I've always wanted to read and just never find them for a decent price. Malco. They got 9 of them, so it lasted a while. Any one of these that lasted like 10 to 12, it's got a really cool Kung Fu looking cover. Mondo. Nick Carter. I remember hearing about the Nick Carters. The Penetrator. What's this? Overload #1. No idea what that is. Radcliffe. Harlem Hit. Radcliffe is a legendary hitman hired by the mafia to assassinate Leroy Johnson, a radical politician who's been driving all their drug dealers out of Harlem. No white man would get close to Johnson or pass his giant bodyguard, La Lumba. I'm guessing. L-L-U-M-B-A. La Lumba. I'm probably butchering that. So the mafia turned to Radcliffe, who is African-American and equal opportunity killer for hire. Once the contract is complete, the mafia plan to double-cross Radcliffe, absolving themselves of any blame or financial commitment. Oh man, Radcliffe, you're going to get fucked in the Harlem Hit. The Headhunters, Quadraphonic Homicide. That's just a great title. Quadraphonic Homicide. Blade, this sounds... Richard Blade, the Bronze Act. It's James Bond, but he gets sent back in time and becomes like a Conan the Barbarian style character. This sounded really cool. The Rig. Solid gold boot. Is that the Strike Force Falkland series because of the Falkland Wars in the 80s. So I'll say some of this stuff is the Falkland Wars were 8. Yeah, I'll say like mid 80s. Subvert Comets with Trash Man. That fits the magazine. Damn. Thrill and Adventure Stories #1 from Seaboard. People always talk about the Seaboard comics. You don't hear a lot about the magazine, and this is one of the better ones. This is the TNT series. This guy's just, Google this shit. I don't want to spoil it too much. Google it and just read a little. Look at these covers, though. These are badass. What is that? Torture Love Cage. Ray Russell, future Playboy editor and author of classic horror novellas such as Sardonicus and Sagittarius, is supposedly the author of this wild Nazis in suburban America's wardrobe quickie. I don't know if Russell is indeed the author, but I'll come back to that later. Whew. Two-Fisted Tales, another one of the great war books. Track 13, Vengeance Platoon. My cord's getting in the way. That's the next thing, figure out how to keep that from getting in the way. His name is Killer. He lives up to his name. And then just other books, zines, basically. These are like trade paperbacks this company puts out. And this one was printed in Coypel, 14th Valentine's Day, 2020. Look at the back of that. I hope y'all enjoyed that. I like this magazine a lot. I'm going to love the hell out of it. So, and tell me, anybody watching, tell me if the light looks improved or anything. Can you see shit easier? Hope you enjoy the Mare. If you did, give me a thumbs up, leave a comment, subscribe. Although the bullshit. Talk to everybody later. Bye-bye.